Welcome to the show. This is Yup, I Said It, Andre here. So before I get into today's video, I want you guys to like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. I'm going to give you a minute because I think you might need it. All right. I think you had a chance to do that. So let's go ahead and jump right into the video here. The one thing I want people to understand and to not forget is that there are people who benefit from wars. Sounds crazy. Like it really does. To the average person, it would sound really wild that someone would benefit from a war, but it is actually true. All right. So let's not forget that, first of all. Now, what's happened to Israel is absolutely crazy. OK, here's where I stand on it. I don't believe that United States should get involved when a country can obviously handle their own stuff. All right, I just think we're nosy. You know, we're in everybody else's business but our own. Literally, you know, who knows who's coming across our own borders? But we are all over the place. I mean, we've stationed military all over the world. OK, but for some reason, when it comes to our own cities and our own states, like we just don't care. So I stand with United States. I'm not against Israel clapping back on Gaza. They should. If this happened in the United States, we'd be doing the same thing. If somebody break in your house or start blowing things up around in your neighborhood, you're going to do the same thing. That's the way I see it. So, you know, that's where I stand on that. But you've got some people in Congress that are representatives that probably don't feel the same exact way you do. All right. They have different interests. So they're going to confront Rashida Tlaib about the babies that are beheaded in Israel. And they want to ask her a couple of questions about what she thinks about that.
Hamas went into their neighborhood and took control of it, the entire kibbutz, which was 1,200 residents. And some of them were beheaded right in front of their parents. And then their parents were killed after the parents had to watch their babies beheaded. So that's what, and then she has a Palestinian flag outside of her office. So Hillary's asking her about, do you condone what's happening?
Watch.
Terrorists have cut off babies' heads and burned children alive. Do you support Israel's rights to defend themselves against this brutality?
We're just going to go through there.
You can't comment about Hamas terrorists chopping off babies' heads. Do you condone what Hamas has done, chopping off babies' heads, burning children alive, raping women in the street? You have no comment about children's heads being chopped off? Congressman, why do you have the Palestinian flag outside your office if you do not condone what Hamas terrorists have done to Israel? Do Israeli lives not matter to you?
That should be the easiest question in the world to answer. Are you okay with Hamas cutting off babies' heads? The answer is that's savage. It's terrible. It's wrong. Did she say it? No, she ran. She retreated to an elevator and she had her staff, Lawrence, essentially run interference so Hillary's camera person couldn't get a shot of Tlaib not saying the right thing. Tlaib said nothing, which is the wrong thing.
She's never met a camera that she didn't like before. She always has something to say, her and the rest of the squad members. But suddenly, they have nothing to say about this. And to your point, Brian, you did have AOC that condemned some of the stuff as well. You did have her talk about the protesters that were racist protesting in New York. But I was on Capitol Hill as well yesterday. I went out there to talk with some of the representatives to say, okay, if Tlaib is not going to condemn this, will you at least condemn some of her comments? Will you at least talk about the Palestinian flag being out there? Will you at least suggest that the Biden administration freeze the $6 billion to Iran? This is what they had to say. Mr. Leader, should Rashida Tlaib still have the Palestinian flag up?
This is America. You're allowed to wear the flag that you prefer.
I think she has every right to have that Palestinian flag.
I'm not going to comment on Rashida. She's a great friend of mine.
She's Palestinian. You know, that doesn't mean she's a terrorist. It doesn't mean that she condones this.
This was a gross attack on human life. It was reprehensible, and we want justice and we want peace.
The Biden administration says $6 billion can be frozen. Do you think it should be frozen?
No comment.
Speaker Pelosi, should we freeze that $6 billion? The Biden administration said we have the ability to do that.
Well, I haven't heard that. You're just telling me.
Should we do that? Mr. Clyburn, should that $6 billion be frozen? The Biden administration said they have the ability to do it.
No penny is gone of that $6 billion. Iran should have no support. And we need to make sure that Iran cannot continue to fund these groups like Hamas, Palestinian Islamic Jihad, and Hezbollah.
Oh, man. Lawrence?
I mean, just to put a bow on this, guys, the reason why this is important is not just to condemn the comments as well as the flag being stationed outside of her office, but to get to the core of it. And we talked a little bit about the president's speech yesterday, and there was a lot of heart there. But the one thing that when I talk to my friends that serve in the service as well as generals as well, the president did not identify the enemy. He did not address Iran. And you can have heart all day and say that you feel for the Israeli people, but to not address the people that helped them coordinate this attack is malpractice. To allow the $6 billion to be out there is still malpractice. And Admiral Kirby knows this, the General Lloyd Austin knows this, but they have been silent from that perspective, Brian.
Yeah, so no comment. No comment. You know, life is funny. You know, I'm gonna bring this up because the way that they treated Trump, man, is that he's a white supremacist. Like, you almost thought that he was burning crosses and, you know, rolling through your closest neighborhood in a white hood. That's the way they treated Trump. Yet he wasn't doing any of that, and now, you know, this woman is actually from Palestine. I'm not saying that she doesn't feel bad about what happened. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying she has no comment, and the tables have sort of turned on these people. Like, man, like they're put in a really bad position. Like, she's got a Palestinian flag outside of her office, you know, so because she's Palestinian. So careful how you judge people, and you just don't know what's going to happen, you know. But you know, and they asked some of these folks like Nancy Pelosi about the fundings that the Biden administration approved and if they should be frozen. They have no comment on this stuff. The answer should be yes. Okay, that should be yes. It's very clear what's happened here. They know exactly what's going on. They knew what was going to happen probably way before we did. Okay, so there's a high level of intelligence already happening that we don't know about, supposedly. Okay, so you know, it's all BS. I don't believe that these people don't understand what's happening. But yeah, be careful how you treat other people. You know, because you might have something to answer for later on in the future. So, and that's what I have for you guys right now. I just thought that was astonishing that, you know, they couldn't say anything. You know, these same people, you know, are in our Congress causing a lot of problems. Okay, man, the United States, where are we headed? Well, I don't know, but I tell you what, we have to be ready. Guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. This is Andre. Yep, I said it. Until next time.